Okay, in this video we're back and we're going to go over what a web host is and how to set up a hosting account, um, which hosting accounts that I use or have used in the past. Generally, a hosting account, if you think about possibly like a post office box, or you think of a safety deposit box, a hosting account is basically where you store your website in cyberspace or in the World Wide Web. It is a place where you park your website and where you can manipulate your website, and it basically posts it up for the whole world to see. So that's basically what a hosting account is. Now I am currently using a hosting program or a hosting company called HostMonster. But I have also used another hosting company called Bluehost. I think that they're very comparable. They might even be run by the same company because the back end or the inside looks very similar, and you can see that the price is very similar. The price is cheap. They bill you for the year at $4.95 a month, and a lot of times, there are some times where they go down to $3.95 a month. Other times they've gone up as high as I believe $6.95 a month or something like that. But the thing that I like about these two services as opposed to other services is that if you look down here, they have unlimited space and bandwidth, unlimited domain hosting, unlimited email accounts. They'll give you a free domain if you want to sign up with them. And they have some other things that once you get on the inside you can see. They just have a whole lot of things that you can use to make your website better and to increase the security, and just provides a little bit more functionality. If you're not too technical, then it might be good to go with something like maybe a GoDaddy or something like that. Again, I'm not a technical person, but I like trying to figure this stuff out so it doesn't intimidate me, and I can try different things here and there, and then if it doesn't work, then I just erase it and I start over again. But the one thing that I do want to point out with HostMonster and with Bluehost is that you have unlimited space and bandwidth. What that basically means is some hosting companies will only allow so much traffic to your site. And it's sort of like the old ways that they used to use cellular phones. Like you get so many minutes, and after so you get 100 minutes a month, and after that 100 minutes, they start charging you $1 a minute for your next calls. And so by the end of the month, if you've gone over say 500 minutes, you could basically be bankrupt. Now I'm not saying that that's what a lot of the hosting companies do, but that's what it's sort of like. You end up paying for, or maybe your site gets shut down because it's not set up to handle that much traffic. With HostMonster, you get unlimited bandwidth, unlimited space, and another good point is that you're able to host unlimited number of domains. Now that doesn't mean that you go crazy and you throw up a bunch of domains, but if you have, say, 5, 10, even 20 websites, niche websites that you're trying to manage or that you're directing people to, you can host them on one account. You can host all those domains on one account and put up your websites on that one hosting account without any problem. And as long as you can manage, or you have a team that can manage the websites, there won't be any problems using HostMonster, and it's all for the $4.95 a month. So if I go over here to Bluehost, you can see basically they're $4.95 a month also. And if you go down and look at the fine print, their services, basically their products are about the same, and their programs and services are about the same as HostMonster. So let me get into the HostMonster website here. I'll go into my control panel, and you'll see I use a password locker remembers my password, so I don't necessarily have to remember what it is and put it in. It comes in handy sometimes, but it can be a detriment when you actually do forget what your password is. So you can see here that you can have email accounts. If I click on this, depending on whatever domains you have, you can set up an email account for that. And as I scroll down, I won't scroll down to all of them, but you can see I got Brian at the Home Physical Therapist down here, and I have other accounts on here, but you can access your webmail just by going over here, hitting access, and then putting in your password, and then you can get into your email here on the cPanel. However, an easier way that what you might want to do is I use a Gmail account, and what I do is I forward all my email accounts from my websites to my Gmail account, and it's really very simple to do, and I'll do another video on that to show you how you can actually just forward your email from your website to your Gmail account. It may not be something, your Gmail account may not be something that you actually want to have on your website for people to get in contact with you. You may want to have an email set up at that domain, but rather than trying to manage 5 or 6 or 7 email accounts, it's kind of handy if you're actually able to redirect it so that it feeds into your Gmail account, and then you can set up an alias in your Gmail account. So if you're using johndoe@gmail.com, you can set up a Gmail account from johndoe@yourdomain.com, and so you can actually mail from your Gmail account, but it will look like an alias from your website. So that's comes in kind of handy. Another thing that we're going to get into as far as in the hosting is using something that's called Simple Scripts to set up a WordPress website in a matter of minutes, and I'll show you how to do that on this new domain that I got called the Fit Senior. You can go down here. Another handy place where you're going to be doing a lot of work or wanting to know your way around is in the File Manager. If you do have other domains on your hosting account, this is where you put in an add-on domain. So say you buy you purchase your name as a domain, johndoe.com or janedoe.com, and you want to get johndoesfamily.com, you can put it on the same hosting site. You just add an add-on domain, and eventually I can make a video and show you guys how to do that also. But there are a lot of different services down here that you can use. You have web statistics down here, website statistics to see how many visitors or see how much traffic. Another way of saying visitors is how much traffic you're getting to your website. I don't necessarily have to go down into, I'm not so much of a geek that I understand what all the database, MySQL and PHP, MyAdmin and all that stuff is. But if you are a geek, there's a lot of different scripts and services, software services down here that can add a little bit more functionality to your website. And it's free of charge. You don't have to pay for any of these added things. And one of the things that they do have a web store up here. I think they use what's called the Mojo Marketplace. Is it in here? Maybe let's look under promotional. No, that's not it. At any rate, they do use the Mojo Marketplace, which is you can purchase things from there, such as website templates and things like that. But you don't have to. Generally, a lot of this stuff that is included in this cPanel is free. And I mean, unless you're really a pro user, unless you're really a technophile or technically proficient, you're not going to use half the stuff that's in here. It's just here for those who need specific things, but one person is not going to use everything in here. So basically that is an introduction to what a hosting service is. You do want a hosting service, you can either buy it through your registrar, or you could buy it through a third-party service such as Hostmaster or Bluehost. Again, I'll have those links at the bottom of my blog page after this video. But what I've found is you can go through your registrar, you could go through GoDaddy, you could go through Namecheap and use their hosting services. But typically what I've found is that you get a little bit more bang for your buck when you use a third-party hosting service, and it doesn't cost as much, and you get a whole lot more services included in it. And so that's why I use a different hosting company. And so in another video, in the next video, what I'll do is I'll show you how to direct your domain name that you purchase, whether it's your own name or whether it's another name. I'll show you how to direct your domain name from a registrar to a hosting account. It's really fairly simple. I don't think you'll have any problem with it. And so I'll see you in the next video.